Did it work? Am I live? Fuck.
Are we on the internet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a live stream. I see Buck and Eric are here. Do you want to go over the... Francisco's here too. He did make it.
Hello.
We are going to do issues 5 through 8 of the Titanic. This is the Agora Titanic. All the pre-painting I wanted to do is done, so this hopefully won't take very long. I'm going to say a lot, I suppose, because I'm not a YouTuber. But Francisco's on chat duty, so he'll throw the chats up and read them to me if they have answering. You should just read them out. What do you got? Yay. Enterprise. Yes, Buck, it did sink.
No, it's a conspiracy theory. Yes, it's actually just fine. Hello. Hi, everybody.
See, everybody says hello to you now.
I know.
They don't say hello to me.
No.
Did you see anybody say hello to me?
Oh my God, gross. Todd's here?
No. No. One thing we did do is I stole the webcam off my other computer. I'm going to let Francisco do this. I stole the webcam off my computer in my bedroom. And hopefully now we have somewhat of a close-up camera that we can show other things on. So hopefully there'll be like 2 cameras set up here. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it works. I don't have a stream deck or anything crazy. So who's here? We just have, is it just Buck and Eric?
And a third person.
Yeah, Eric, you're disowned. You're out of the will. Anyway, so before you know, without further ado, I always hear other people say, we'll get started on 5.
Nice.
I do want to show real quick a couple things that I did on my Titanic that is not stock. Is like, for example, I painted hull pieces in what I think is a more accurate color, which is more of a salmon pink. That is with Model Air 71442, which is anti-fouling red. I haven't found a place you can actually buy this separately. I got it in the Navy Colors pack. It's a Navy color series from Vallejo. That's
2 L's is a Y.
That's right. Vallejo?
Yep.
There you go. That this is in the Titanic set. And the Titanic set, which I have, it seems like this is getting harder and harder to find, but the anti-fouling red is part of this set. I'm only using like 2 colors out of this set so far, so the other ones we'll see. Let's see. So I painted the hull. Yeah, and look, see, even Buck is watching out for you.
Yes. And you also
I did that. These are also after yes, correct. Francisco's correct. After I painted these with the red, I also hit them with a satin finish to seal it in and protect it a little bit as a satin varnish, just to seal this up and kind of make it match the black a little better. So it has kind of the same sheer. The other thing I did is I also painted the inside of the hose pipes on both sides. I didn't have that in my instructions, so here's the left side, here's the right side. So I painted those hose pipes and the inside of the center hose pipe, anchor pipe, hose pipe. So that's been done since I put my 1 through 4 up, and I'll update those with these new little pink paint parts.
It's a really nice pop of color on what is otherwise just a giant black thing.
Yep,
it's good.
All right, so in issue 5, blah 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 blah. Bunch of articles. We're basically going to be taking and adding more the linkages to the engine. So this is a bunch more connecting rods and shafts, the valve rods, and so on. So these have already been chromed. So we did this the other day, so the chrome would have more time to dry. Francisco did this, so he used my chrome Molotov chrome pen. Are you switching cameras?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I feel like that might be better. All right, there you go. Oh, that's way better.
How's that?
Yeah.
So he chromed all of these already. He does not chrome inside the clips. So where this is going to be rotating on a shaft, he does not chrome in there, so it doesn't gum it up. But they all look pretty nice. I did not chrome and I'll show you these in the bag, the linkages. I like contrast. So I like contrast, so I did not chrome these little linkages. I think they're valve bars or something. What do they call them in here? Link sections. So we didn't chrome these, just so we have some different color. So anyways, we'll get these, that's in 6. We'll get these out of 5. This should be pretty simple. Just lay these out. Cool. So we're going to need a couple of these, right? And these are, we just put these on toothpicks to hold them in place. So pull them off the toothpicks.
Does it feel dryish?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this chrome, if you've ever used this Molotow chrome, the chrome pens, you have to be careful because you can rub it off fairly easily. You want to put it on thick so it gets a shine. You want to put it on really thick, and I'm sure this isn't going to show up. Should have used close up for this.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So to put it on, we put it on, I should say. Francisco did these. Oh,
it was put on.
It was put on. You put it on really thick so it has a very wet surface, and then when it dries, it's like almost like a little mirror. So
it is very convincingly metal.
Yes.
That's the cool thing about it. It is delicate, but it's very convincing.
Yeah, you have to be careful because like when we were working on the engine in the previous issues, he was pushing down on my little rubber mat to seal this to the crankshaft, and it actually rubbed some of the chrome off.
Yeah.
And that was after about, what did I say, 2
weeks.
2 weeks of drying.
Yeah.
So it can be rubbed off. So you can either gloss them, I suppose, but I didn't want to get paint inside the rotating parts. So in this particular pack, we only have 2 of these. The other 2 came from pack 6, but I did them in advance. So we'll put those off to the side. So this is what we have to do. Then where is my little crankshaft thing? So this is the connecting shaft. I used a Aristro, I should say, Aristro black marking pen. And all I did was just add some black to the blocks. Are you going to zoom in?
Yeah.
I just added black to these parts here just to make some color. I have no idea what color they were on the ship, but just to make it so it's a little different. So anyway, we're going to take this and face this away from us. I think what I'm going to do is I have some of this rubber matting material. It's basically a non-slip mat that I bought, but the back side of it is a really nice soft felt. So we're going to use that as a backdrop.
Yeah.
So we don't rub any paint or chrome or anything off these parts.
Yeah. Better idea.
So we'll just put that there. And then we're going to grab these linkages. I believe it says take the fat end, doesn't it?
Yeah, the fat end gets attached to the rod. No, to the shaft.
This rod looks the same on both sides.
It does not have any sort of highlights about it being different, so I think it is the same on both sides.
And then we're just going to clip them on.
Yep. Fill all spots.
Do we have any comments? Anything should be going over?
Yeah, here. I'll read this one out.
You can read them out.
What I'm hearing is Francisco is doing the build, and you're just the face and hands of the build.
What?
That was Buck. Buck recognizes real talent here.
Well, all right. Fair enough.
Buck also says that that's your version of a blue towel. Is that an inside joke?
Yes, he uses blue towels because apparently when he uses his black background, his camera doesn't want to focus on it.
Ah. Good.
All right. So that's it. We have clipped those pieces on. This is the wider end. So these linkages have a large end and a small end. The large end is what got pinned to this rod. So I'm going to take a picture with my camera for the site. I'll just put this on here. Okay, what's next?
Turn the shaft over, and now you attach the link sections. Just 2 of them.
See, now they have this flipped over this way.
Correct. Heads up, yeah.
Okay.
And in that view you have there, the 2 leftmost need the links.
So these links, as I'm looking at them, do not look different at all. They look perfectly symmetrical, so we're just going to pop these in.
Oh, Eric went to sleep again.
Shocker.
Sleep? What's that?
That's what you do when you're dead.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Uh,
You're up.
Oh, that was the entire page.
That was the whole thing. So now we have to take the, I believe they're calling them the valve rods, and connect them to the upper two bars, the unexposed bars of these guys.
Oh, good.
With the hooks facing, all the hooks facing up.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, you're up.
Yeah.
Do you want the mat?
It's. I don't know
Just
if
in
the
case.
mat would help. This is kind of a tricky one because. Oh, there it goes. It's hard. Like you can't get your finger in there to push it, so you're sort of just trying to not chip the chrome.
You know what's interesting, Buck, is I use a purple. Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Do you want to use
do
like
you have a soft, smudgy thingy? Ooh, a toothpick. That would probably work.
He was talking about a red Iron Man on a red background. I actually used purple, but surprisingly enough, I used purple because that was my first fan home build, and fan home purple. Why not? But it looks pretty good. I don't have any complaints. I try to have different mats for different builds. I have all sorts of different colors. I have black, a couple different grays. I'm going to use this dark gray for the Titanic. I have the back side of this mat is kind of a white, cream, whitish, and I'm going to use that for the Miura,
The
Lamborghini, which should be here Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Friday night live stream.
Nice. That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I leave Friday. No, I leave Saturday.
So, all right. Well, that looks pretty good.
Most of the chrome is definitely still on there.
All right, good enough. So we'll take these, and I'm going to take a couple pictures of this.
Do it. Also, you've completed the work. So
That was all of 5.
That was all of 5. Do you want to take a final photo next to the thing that you just took out of the box, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll find you that. There you go.
Yeah, there was basically no action on this part, but we did paint it in this red.
We did paint it.
So I will take a picture of that.
Yes.
And then we'll take a picture of both together, because that's the whole thing, right?
That is the whole thing.
Are you fixing our other camera?
Yeah, I'm switching back and forth between them to see which one's more interesting, depending on what we're doing. Oh, Donnie is here.
Donnie! Hi, Donnie. I'm sure Donnie wants me to do something with the Enterprise, but there's nothing left to do. Nothing left to do with the Enterprise. I have all the parts.
Yeah, we're too good. We were too good at it.
But I did find out who manufactures them in China.
Kickstarter, man. There you go.
Well, I actually reached out to the manufacturer because the same manufacturer also does the Ecto 1, the DeLorean, the Knight Rider, the Dodge Charger, the Willys Jeep. They're all made by the same company.
Nice.
So we're going to move on. That was 5. We're going to move on to 6.
Done.
So I reached out to them because I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing out there? So I can tell right there we've scraped off some of the chrome.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll touch this. I think we'll touch this up once we get all the chrome off.
Chrome check.
Yes, make sure you don't, because the stuff, it sticks to your fingers. You can really see it right there. But the chrome is tacky, so you don't want to, everywhere you touch it, you probably have to touch it up again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's 5. We'll put 5 off to the side.
And for some reason, it only dries on parts that you don't want it on.
Of course.
That's how it works.
This is 6. Again, I painted the hose pipe and the interior of the half hose pipe at the front. So this is the panel for 6. I have no idea.
How do we?
Oh, they're over here.
I was gonna say there was a stack of them a second
Yes.
ago.
So we're gonna do 6
right.
now. This should go pretty quick.
All right. 6. Vulcans.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't building the Enterprise.
Right. So 6 is basically put the other clips on. Put the other clips on in the exact same way. Clip, 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 clip. All right.
And then fun engine work.
And then some. Then we're gonna do some engine work. Yeah, we will
Yeah.
be attaching this entire valve train assembly, which I believe is a valve train or a reversing gear, to the side of the engine. So we'll show that too.
Perfect. All right.
And then we got to put the whole piece
So
together.
we might need it. Give me the book.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
take
we might-
that.
Yeah, I'll take this. You can get started.
Oh, you want me to clip this time?
Yeah. It
Okay.
sucked. I wanted you to experience it. It was bad.
So we'll do this.
Get a toothpick, because I broke the other one, is how hard I had to push on it.
Okay.
Hey, Todd, show the paint set again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can. This is a good opportunity for.
Are you gonna try the other camera?
Close camera. There you go. Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go.
Are you talking about this paint set?
There you go. There's a paint set.
It is Vallejo Part 71.646. Comes with 8 paints with those colors. I don't know. You can freeze frame it later on.
Yeah, that's actually really clear.
But it is getting harder to find. I actually bought a second one just recently because I think we're going to run out of this anti-fouling paint to do all of the hull section. So I bought another one. I had to get it from Australia. So that's
nice.
Yeah, it's getting harder to find. But there's paints in here I don't think you can get any other way.
Can you just like take this to a hardware store and have them match it with
Maybe.
their little paint gun thing?
Maybe.
They do paint matching. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, back to the main camera. And that's really good. Donnie says that clear coat the chrome and it won't rub off so bad. That's true, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We could have done that in a gloss.
Yeah. We also didn't want to get paint inside the, like you were mentioning before, inside the clips, which I guess we could have masked.
That's why we didn't paint it. That's why I didn't want to paint it. It's because if we got the gloss, and gloss tends to be sticky inside of the circles where it rotates on the different shafts, it could have bound up the engine.
So we had a very long list of excuses to be lazy and not put the clear in the gun and shoot it.
I suppose the simplest, easiest way to do it, because clear is a gummy.
Yeah,
it's gummy, and so it takes a lot to clean out of an airbrush. But we could have just left these stock. So I suppose there's alternatives. I'm gonna use your method here.
Buck says he has scale color set for the trumpeter.
Okay.
Is that the other Titanic model? Sorry, I'm a noob. So
yeah, he doesn't know. The trumpeter is same scale, but it's 1/200 scale, but it's a plastic model kit.
Ah, okay.
But it is very popular. It's huge, just like this is going to be.
Yeah.
But it is. There's companies that make modification kits, like KA Models out of is it Hong Kong or no, South Korea. Yeah. They make the Mark I kit, which is a ton of parts for the trumpeter, like a new bridge and a bunch of cast metal pieces and photo etch pieces and resin pieces and just tons and tons of details, which technically would even probably match this because it's the same scale.
Yeah. Mounting points might be different.
The mounting points would be different. You probably have to glue a lot more pieces, but then you have Woody's Model Shop. There's scale decks that makes a more accurate deck that's also 1/200 scale. I don't want to do any of that stuff because all that stuff is expensive. I think the KA kit is $600. You get a lot of stuff, but it's like $600. The scale decks I think is 100 something, and that's just for the wood. I just, you know what? I'm just going to do the best I can with these parts. I'll paint things, but I'm not going to go crazy. And I'd rather support our small little Partwork modding community. Like Chloe Everett Model Mods or Mike Lane or Ian or something. I would much rather support those people than some big, huge company or shop.
Mike says he also has the Pontos PE set. What's that?
The Pontos photo etch.
Oh.
So Pontos makes a bunch of photo etches. Don't they do in the interiors too? Like you can do the interiors of the different rooms on the trumpeter, like the roof, the ceilings of the rooms, and the inner walls of like the Parisian cafe and the lounge. I think they do a ton of PE. They also do like funnel wraps that have all the tiny little rivets and detail. You know what? It'll be fine.
Hobby Time says hello.
Hello, Hobby Time. We used to call him GB, but he changed his name.
Oh. Cool.
So that is done. Flip that around. Okay.
Right.
Now what? We just put it on the engine?
Yeah. So, gentlemen, grab your engines.
We'll flip this over so things don't move around.
Okay.
Probably see that a lot better on the black anyway.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, before we put this on, so how this is going to work is we're going to take our engine, which
You want a zoom cam?
yeah, we can do the zoom cam. I'll show you some close-ups on the engine. With the engine, I did a couple things differently. I hated the green color. I don't know where that color came from. You know, it's pretty much well known that these were the same color as the funnels or a light mast or white star buff. So I went with the Mission Models color. I tried using the color what they call faded yellow in the
Oh yeah,
the Navy colors kit, but it's too orange. And I showed that on my site. I actually painted one of these columns in each color and compared. But this Mission Models is actually recommended by Midwest Model Shop, and I think they were right. I love this color. It's called British Sand Yellow, and I think it's perfect. I'll probably be painting my funnels to match this color. So what else do we do? We chromed all the insides, so the shafts. We painted this with Signal Red Metallic Vallejo color. The gear, because I didn't like that it was green, and then I gummed up the. I don't know if you can be able to see that. Let's see how close I can get. Oh, will it focus on that? What do you think? I know it'll focus within an inch or two.
Oh, it did it.
There. So I gummed up the edges of the gears. I just used a black or a dark gray paint pen and ran it around the outside of the gear and then dry brushed it off. So just basically wiped off the excess paint with a Q-tip, just a dry Q-tip, just to make it look like it was greasy. Just make that gear look greasy. So I think what we're going to do here is there's 4 big holes. Are you switching back?
Yep, I'll switch back.
You're going to switch back. There's 4 big holes here we're going to use. So we're going to clip this.
Oh. Model drama. That's funny. He told me he knows the proprietor personally and has issues with him. I don't know who he's talking about.
Who does?
Buck? I don't know. This is a comment from Buck. What are you talking about, Buck? Explain yourself.
You might have to look up in earlier comments. Maybe you missed something.
Oh, he said he knows a person that hates scale colors.
Oh. Okay.
And then he finally came around and started using them. And I'm guessing that's a continuation of that conversation.
Well, ironically enough, just in the right time, yesterday I got my set of scale colors for the Enterprise D. Well, a lot of good they're going to do right now, but you never know. Maybe they'll come in handy later on, or if they resume the model. But I have all the colors that are supposed to be paint matched to the Eagle Moss Enterprise. So
you're like the kit bash, where you put some Enterprise parts on the Titanic, the Entertanic. I think someone called that out.
That's what we said. Buck is building the Route Master bus, the big London Route Master, and we told him to put the warp nacelles on it.
There you go. I like it. It's good.
All right. So on this, I think we're just gonna clip these guys on here. So before we do that, real quick, I'm going to do it first. We're going to clip these onto the crankshaft.
Yep. Should be all the open positions.
Feels very strange. It's a very strange feeling.
What, clipping that up?
Yeah. Just because everything is in different orientations.
Yeah.
So it feels very odd. I'll rotate the crankshaft around here. It's interesting. They don't tell you, I think, until the end of this issue. Is it the end of this issue? Or no, I think it's even the next issue. Not to crank this crankshaft anything but counterclockwise. So I don't know if that's because of these gears or to keep all the clips from popping out.
The parts definitely look metal. Everything there is plastic except for the stands, like the thing that is the actual. I would call that an engine block, but this doesn't have a block. But yeah, everything else you're looking at is definitely plastic.
Yeah. The only thing that's metal in this entire setup is the columns are metal, both the columns and the crankshaft. Everything else here is plastic.
Yep.
All right, so we've clipped all those arms onto the open spots of the crankshaft. What's really interesting is that they have them, it's going to rotate up. Yep. So this rotates back up and going to wrap around. This is going to be really interesting to see how this is going to work. So have this kind of like this.
Yeah.
Now, before I close these up, I'm going to do a little touch-up on any chrome or any of this black paint that I marked off here. So we'll do that real quick, just in case. Let me grab one of my chrome pens. So these are the chrome pens I use. These are the Molotov liquid chrome pens.
They're fun to use.
Yeah, so I'm just going to look and see where I...
Shake that.
Well, just...
All right, fine, thank you. Well, because it's basically just a bunch of tiny little metal flakes suspended in some sort of goo. I feel like shaking is important.
So I'm dabbing it right now off camera on a piece of napkin to get the paint to flow.
Yep.
And I'm just going to look for any high spots here. And just, actually, I'm going to use the bigger one. That's the 1mm. I bought this little set. It's a 1mm, a 2mm, and a 4mm. Yeah, there we go. This is the big one. Do I need to get closer?
I don't know. I just want to see because
you want to see what I'm doing?
Like detail work. Yeah.
Okay. I'll shoot over to you.
Yeah, that's probably perfect right there.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Now I can't see what I'm doing. I have my overhead lights.
Good.
So all I'm going to do is just touch up anything where I see that the chrome, especially once we can see what's going to show here. That's interesting that barely fits. Look at that one. That one barely fits past. Maybe. Let's see. I'm looking. I think we did pretty good. I don't see any rubbed off anywhere, actually.
Nice.
I know there was some on the backside of this, but you're never going to see it, like right here. You're never going to see this, but I will paint some chrome
on there.
I'll paint some chrome on it. A little bit right there. I don't even know if these parts were actually chrome on the real ship, but I don't care.
They're chrome on this one.
Yep. I think that's it for that.
This is the Pimp My Ride edition.
That's right. And then let me grab my acrylic pen that I just put away. Go figure.
Of course.
I use these Artistro.
Yeah, that's.
I have a whole set of these. They come in different colors. I use these all the time because they're acrylic paints in a pen, and they work exactly the same way. I just dab it on a paper towel to get some ink flow, and then what I'm going to do is I know I touched this bar a little bit, so I'm just going to make sure it looks okay. Just touch that up. It's like painting without a brush. Just using a pen. Okay. Now comes the fun part, which is try to roll this around.
Put you back on the main cam if you want to.
Oh,
get me more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm getting a little too close to Francisco.
Yeah. Is goo the technical term? Absolutely.
Yeah.
As someone that has held the title of some form of engineer, I think I'm allowed to say that.
Officially goo? Yeah, this bar
goo is the technical
barely fits past that upright.
Just don't rub the chrome off.
Right? So I have a feeling this is going to slide in under the engine. This one needs to go down. This one needs to go down because these arms should basically be facing the bottom of the engine, not the top.
Yeah. Oh, Director Buck, who apparently went to art school or film school, is giving us commentary. Big hand in the way, LOL. Yeah, I guess that he was saying that's what his Route Master engine work looked like last night. Just a big old hand.
All right, so you know what? I don't think I took a picture of that. I'm gonna be very disappointed if I didn't take a picture of that. I didn't take a picture of that.
Of what?
Of it connected to the crankshaft.
Well, it's still connected.
I know. I'm gonna have to flip it back around, which means I need to slide this back out past this guy again. Because while the live stream is fun for you guys, I really do this so I can have the website correct.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever point the website to the live stream builds?
No, because I didn't do live stream builds. I was never a YouTuber.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, I'm bumping the lights.
Now you're a YouTuber.
Right. Pictures come first.
Definitely.
All right. Now we can put this back together. That is definitely going to scrape off the chrome, I can already tell. All right.
Buck is Buck is taking credit for corrupting you. That sounds right.
To be fair, it's usually the other way around. So
yeah, I've known Todd for too many years. I think I've known you long enough that the amount of time we've known each other might be able to drink. A little bit less than that. And yeah, it's usually Todd doing the corrupting. So nice change of pace.
I just want to, so what we have to do then is this bar that they are mounted to fits down. There's 4 pegs on it that fit into holes in the engine. And I just want to make sure that all of the arms, before I push these in, just get them started here. All of these arms can move before I push it in all the way. And I want to make sure, and they tell you to rotate this counterclockwise.
That looks so cool.
To make sure they can all move like they're supposed to move. Is it like that one there? That one doesn't feel right.
Is it because it's not in all the way?
Yeah, see how it's binding up? I think these need to be more out. All right, that's good enough. Now I'm going to push it down, and this is probably going to, I wonder, I'm going to push them on either side of the pin. I don't like push that pin in, push that pin in, push this pin in, push this pin in. Once it's got a good bite, trying to make them even.
Ooh, that was a click.
Because this bar will just bend.
Yeah.
You know, if you do it wrong. It's all plastic.
Yeah. It looks so intricate. I love that. Who's binding there?
Anyway.
There we go.
So I pushed down on these, and that paint was still not completely dry. And I'll show you a close up here in a second. So I'm just going to touch up these black spots, not with a chrome pin. I'm just going to touch up these little black spots that I pushed on. Well, that's interesting.
What? Did you bend that one?
No.
It's not sitting in correctly. What the heck?
There is, and I don't think they mentioned this, and I'm going to go back and check just to be sure, because I love when they do things like this. There is, we're going to pull this out. On the end of this, you have the close-up. I'm going to show you on the close-up. On the end of this rod, is that in focus? I can't tell. You tell me.
Focus. Yeah, you're good.
There is a long block and a short block. This rod on mine is upside down. So that long block needs to be facing the other way.
What?
So we're going to have to unclip these from this rod, flip this rod around, and put it back in.
They literally never call that out.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yep.
No.
So what I'm going to get...
Thanks, Obama.
Let me see if I can find... I'm still here. I'm going to go see if I can find, because I pretty much pushed those in. But I was wondering why it's cocked out sideways, and that's because it's not supposed to sit that way. It's supposed to sit the other way around. And you should go back and look and see if on the instructions.
They're right in front of you, right?
No, on the previous issue.
Oh.
So that's going to be a thing we have to notice. I'm trying to find. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pull out because it clicked so loud. Buck heard it on the stream.
Yeah.
He's like, that one's seated. Like, yeah, well, now we have to undo that.
Yep. I don't want to use tweezers. I don't want to use a screwdriver. What I'm looking for.
You need like a tongue depressor or something.
Well, I have plastic wedges, but I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. So let me think about which way we can get this out of here.
What about, no.
I'm going to try my fingernail first. No, that took that corner out.
Okay.
Took that corner out.
Hey.
Let me think about this middle one. I'm going to try to pry this. But not with those tweezers.
Yeah.
Need something wider.
Wait. Wrap it in some electrical tape. Or I guess it doesn't. I mean, try it, but.
No, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get under here.
Oh, lever against the head.
And just at the slightest level, just pry that up a little bit, and we didn't scratch any paint.
Huzzah.
So once again, slide this past. These middle ones have a tendency to contact the engine support, so I know that I'm scraping up. Actually, it's not. Okay.
Nice.
So all we got to do is take this and take this rod, just unclip all these and flip this rod around. So we're just going to unclip these. So I'm going to take a picture because you can barely see it. But when this gets mounted, this rod, yep, that's the only way it's going to sit flush. All right, so I have to take a picture of the end of this.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So that someone else won't make the exact mistake we just made.
Yep.
Hopefully. I'm gonna refill my beverage.
Yep.
You're on your own.
Yep. I should get my macro lens for this. We'll see if it comes out. Just for giggles, I have HTM, and you're watching both channels. Which one's ahead? HTM is? I bet you that's the way that StreamYards sends the stream out, is it just goes down the destination list. All right, so this should sit in here like this. I'm just going to set it real quick and take a picture so people can see what I mean about what I just showed. Let's see if I can get it to stay in there. Can you guys hear me okay? I mean, I'm using the camera mic. I don't have like a lavalier or anything. Are you talking about this particular part? Yeah, but Buck, you know, you'll follow my instructions, won't you? You'll just have my site pulled up. You know, I just realized I probably could have. No, I can't. This is right. So we're just going to clip all these back on. Because if you do this the wrong way, it's not going to sit flush. And if it doesn't sit flush, it can mess with the way that these rods move with each other. So I don't want that. Okay, so we're going to slide that back around. Rotate this. Make sure these rods are all pointing down.
Did you fix it?
I think so.
Oh, look at that. Did it make it any smoother?
Oh, a little bit. I'm going to seat these all the way down. So I'm happy with that. That worked out well. It actually almost sits flush, and you can go on the close-ups, and I'll show that after I paint it. Let me do another touch-up since I've been manhandling it. I'm going to hit that, too. I'm tired of that little yellow thing. There we go. Are you eating?
Uh-huh.
Are you eating in my lab?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Oh! Whoops.
Did you just chrome that?
No, I didn't chrome it. I got a little black on my engine, though. So before that dries, I'm going to wipe that off.
You're ruining my beautiful paint job.
Shush. I'm making it look old. We're antiquing.
I'll buy that. Yeah. Thank you.
What are you eating?
Some sort of cookie with some sort of shmoo in the middle.
Shmoo?
Yeah. It was like 2 cookies with shmoo in the middle.
Was that like when I said goo?
Yeah.
All right. Good enough for government work. Ask Buck. So you want to go in the close-up here?
Yes.
He's going to switch cameras.
2 seconds.
There you go. So this is the rod we put in. And this is probably, I'm pretty sure these bars are part of, I think it's called the McPherson reversing engine or Stevenson reversing engine. It's the part of the part that they would flip in to make the engines go in reverse. Anyway, I just liked all the chrome parts instead of just a bunch of gray moving around in there. I think it makes the engine look more interesting, especially since this is going to be motorized. And when seeing all this move, I think it'll look pretty good.
So, 1/200 scale.
Yep.
How big was this thing?
It wasn't 3 stories tall.
Jeez, that was huge.
I think the front cylinder, the low pressure cylinder, was 54 inches or 72 inches. It was huge. It was a big engine.
That's I have to like remind myself sometimes of like the actual scale that we're working at, because you're like, oh, look at this cute little engine. No, that's 30 feet tall.
Yeah.
All right, switching back to the main cam.
All right, I just want to take a picture of that.
Yep. Shmoo. Oreos. Oh, no, definitely not Oreos. They were. Is it a moon pie?
It's an oatmeal pie.
Oatmeal pie. That's what I had. It was great. I know what an Oreo is.
Is that it? Was that the where are we at in this stage?
Buck says the chrome looks really cool. Yeah, especially in this lighting, like, oh, it's so cool.
I like contrast, and having things contrasting, especially if they're going to move, I think will look really nice. Instead of all these parts would have just been gray, the same gray as this bar.
Yeah.
And I don't think it even would have looked nearly as interesting. So I think this looks a little better. You know, having it do its thing. Let's see if I can get that one to focus. Oh, let's try it. It can see the background. When it sees the background, it can't do it. But anyway, there you can watch it blurry.
Yeah, there you go. Like you've been drinking on duty.
That's right. So I can probably get fairly close and everything focus. No.
Nope. Still nothing.
Excellent. So anyway, what's next? Kimosabi, you got a magazine?
No, you have all of them over there. Oh, wait.
No.
Yeah, I think you still have all of them.
Do I?
I think so.
All right. So let's see where we're at. We did that.
Yep. We did that.
We did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. Nowhere does it say anything about this brick.
Nope.
Excellent. This is the part of the instructions tell you only turn it counterclockwise from the flywheel or the crankshaft cog. Turn it counterclockwise. I don't know why. It doesn't really like to. I guess it really doesn't like to turn that way, doesn't it? But I don't think it's going to like explode. So anyway, that's done. Onto the hull. So I'm going to put the engine off to the side. I don't know if anybody also saw on my site. This is really important. And go back on the close-ups because I'm going to show you this. This is considered the lower rear block, or what do they call it? I can't remember. But this block right here. This block is backwards in the instructions. So you can see there's a small little bump in it. That bump needs to face the flywheel. That bump in all of the instructions, including the next issue when they show it still backwards going into the base of the engine, that block needs to, that cutout is for the flywheel. Not only that, if you have this the way they have it in the instructions, this is really hard to turn. It is very difficult to, it contacts the piece of the flywheel and it doesn't fit. The other thing is when we get to the next issue, I'm going to show you here, the base of the engine, let me get these back in the camera because I can't see that. Hell, I'm right there. Right? The base of the engine has a cutout for it right there. I don't know if that's in focus.
It is.
There's a cutout right there. If this is reversed as per the instructions, it would be facing this way and it doesn't line up with this. So when the people put the base on the engine, it wouldn't sit flush. So when this is on there, we're going to do that in the next issue. It's nice and flush. So I don't know what they were doing. But don't do that. When you put this part in, I think it's in issue 3 when you build the engine, flip this around from the instructions. Make sure that little divot, this raised bump on this bracket is facing the flywheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. What's next? Hull. Yes. So we'll put the engine off here to the side here.
Comments.
Yes. Catch up us on comments.
Guy said that looks sweet. Buckman says those are good. I think he's talking about the, what'd you call them? Oatmeal pies?
Oh, oatmeal cream pies.
Oatmeal cream pies. They are good.
Weren't they called? Somebody calls them moon pies too. Ooh, wasn't that the same thing?
I think moon pies is how I know them as. Yeah, but maybe that's like a Midwest East Coast thing. I don't know. They're delicious.
All right. So now we're just going to join these two parts together. Ready? All right. Oh no! Wait, no, that's not right. Done. So that's that. You know, it's interesting looking at this. See this Titanic? A lot of people are saying this is the wrong place. I have not researched it because I'm not moving it. But this Titanic, where the word Titanic on this piece, and let me see if I can get it in the light. The word, it says Titanic, and it's in gold raised letters like it's supposed to be. But the sticker or the piece that's on the other side, which is a nameplate, I think those letters are spaced out more. Should I get it?
Yeah, get the nameplate.
Where did I put it? It should be in the box.
Johnny says job pies are different.
Oh, what?
And then he said moon. Moon job pies.
Oh, no, it's the same. Okay. Well, then we're okay. I was worried about that for a second.
All right, Donnie, what's the difference between a moon pie and an oatmeal cream pie? I want to know.
An R rating?
Well, yeah. There you
go. One thing, and we'll probably get to it the next issue, is I did not put this in my previous issues. They say to put it in. I think at the end of one of these issues, 7 maybe, or 8, you put this in. Don't put this in. This nameplate from like issue 1. This has to come back out. Issue 2, I think. This has to come back out in issue 10. So don't put it in. Just keep it off to the side. So anyway, so we're going to put these two pieces together. Yep.
Yep.
And that's going to open those up.
Yep. You get the oil.
And Buck, see, this looks familiar? My little oil holder. I love this thing. It's an ESD solvent dispenser, so it's electrostatic discharge safe. But I put my 3-in-1 oil in it, and you just give it a little pump. There you go, some oil. And it's got a big wide base, so it doesn't tip over. I'm going to use a big PH1 screwdriver for this, because these are big, meaty screws. So we're dipping. Oh,
I think you just need 2, right?
Going in the metal. Yep.
Okay.
And I do this. I did this on my Enterprise too. I just get the screw started. This is what's sort of holding the parts together. And then I squeeze the parts together because we don't want gaps. We want the panels to align nicely. Then I'll drive them in the rest of the way.
Okay, to clear up this moon pie debate now.
Uh-oh, we're still going about the moon pies. All right.
Donnie, I'm going to put up on the chat.
Yep.
Donnie says moon pies have marshmallow in between 2 thin cake-like layers covered in chocolate.
Ah.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking that there was chocolate and marshmallow involved somehow, which just makes it a s'more pie to me. But all right,
sure, s'mores to the moon. That's fine. Thank you for clarifying that. That's officially the one thing I learned today.
It's an interesting little gap right there.
Oh, that is an interesting little gap right there. Oh.
I'm not too worried about it because we're going to pull the 2 pieces of the hull together with these screws along here. So I'm not too worried about it right now. But there's the front.
Oh, you didn't even attach the extra plastic? There's no extra plastic piece there. Okay.
No, this is it.
All right, fine.
So let me take some pictures real quick.
Yep.
Put that off to the side. Find something to set this on. Make the picture a little more appealing. That'll work. Oh, I picked these up today. If you've seen these before. Oh, you're on this one?
Yeah.
These are just magnetic trays. And this is a really baby one. A little harder to find. I had to buy it in a set, but I got a 6-inch, a 4.5, and a 3-inch. So they're magnetic, so you don't lose your screws. So this is very common. A lot of mechanics use these. A lot of mechanics use them. But when you open your pack, you can put all the bags of your screws in here and never lose them. I think Buck uses one of these or something very similar. And this one's got like a rubber foot. So, yeah. All right, pictures. I use a very wide angle lens, so I got to make sure I can nothing in the background. And then I take a picture of the screws. You're seeing all this behind the scenes action now.
Yeah. Buck says, show the Titanic plate location again. I pulled up an old pic and want to compare. All right.
Yes, I will.
And we'll put it on the Zoom cam.
Yeah. Sorry about all the DSLR pictures, but that's what I use.
Nerd.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the end of that issue. So we'll make a nice little display for a final issue picture.
Oh yeah, with the engine.
With the engine, which also doesn't stand up by itself, but it will soon. So let's get a. I use these little plastic shooter cups. I just use them as display stands. we did all the work on this side of the engine.
You're going to hide all of the...
I don't want to do that.
No.
All right. That it? That's the end of 5.
Yeah.
6. 5.
That was the end of 6. No.
That was the end of 6. See how organized we are around here?
Oh, yeah. We're professionals.
Yes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a picture from straight down, which means I'm probably going to bump the camera, so I'm just letting you guys know right now. I think I'm going to take a bird's eye of these.
I have the camera mounted to my lights, so when I stand up and shoot straight down, I have to go between my lights.
Focus. There you go. There's the letters.
Oh, I think he was talking about where it is on the hull.
Oh, the location.
So it sits right here, and a lot of people are saying that it actually belongs right here. It's more here. It's too far back.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
Move on.
On to issue 7.
Buck says his trays are non-magnetic.
Oh, we'll get some magnetic ones, buddy. Magnetic is the way to go. I think I got this set from Amazon. It was a 3. I can send you up with the link. I'll put the link and discard it. It's I have them stuck to my. Hang on a second.
What's a Humbrol paint tin?
So I have a 3-inch. I think it's a 4.5 and a 6, and they all stick to each other, so they're all magnetic. But I love having these. When I used to work on cars, I used them all the time. So they're handy if you don't want to lose your screws. You can throw them right in the bag in there, and it will stay in there. It's like when you open the pack, you can throw all your screws in here and then pick them out as you need them. All right, on to 7.
Buck says it looks like it might be one porthole too far back, maybe. Yeah. All right.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Just like I don't feel like drilling out all the portholes either. I know a lot of
somebody's doing that.
Yeah, there are people doing that.
Into metal, that's got to be an intense operation.
Yeah, but I know they're trying their very best, but you just can't get it perfect. I mean, you could put this in a drill press, but it's kind of a complex shape.
Yeah, it is.
So if I was going to do it, I'd have to mount this in a drill press and be able to get the screws every single way. Yeah. And something tells me that perhaps the way that this model is designed, that the light that they provided you, you're going to have to make your own light to come out the portholes, because the light of the ship's not going to come up forward enough to light up these portholes anyway. So there's going to be inconsistencies. It's okay. I'm not trying to make a,
yeah,
perfect. All right.
Base of the engine.
So we can do the catwalk. So the catwalk is just a little piece of plastic. This is just plastic, but it does have. Be very careful when you pull this out of the box. It does have these 2 little ladders at the back that go on either side of the flywheel. Is that focusing? I have no idea.
It's not.
But anyway, you can see them. So there's 2 angled ladders, and when you pull out of the box, don't break those off, right? So this just has 4 holes. Those ladders to the rear, where the flywheel is, there's 4 pegs right here, all the way around, and they are different sizes. These 2 are a little smaller than these. These 2 holes are bigger than these. So all we're going to do is put this on here and push that onto the pegs. Let's see if it'll stay or if it needs glue. This will get screwed in, so it's not the end of the world if it doesn't fit. I just want to make sure it'll actually go down on the pegs. There we go. There we go. Because the base of the engine is going to... There, that sounded good. Click, click. There we go. So now we have the catwalks on the back of the engine. And it's just plastic. So we're going to screw this down, but right now we're just fitting that on there. So let me take pictures.
Yep.
And move this to the side.
Oh, we need to use screw pack, don't we?
Yes, that's these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I believe it is EM screws. You want to get some EM screws? I'll get some EM screws.
Sorry, it was in some weird way.
How many people we have watching?
There's 8 people, and I think at least 4 of those are Buck.
All right. So I'm going to grab my other bowl here. And these will be the screws we're not using. Stick those over there. These are going to be the EM screws. We'll need 4 of them. And I think we're going into, these are EM.
Yeah,
right?
so
we're going into metal.
Go into metal.
Bring the oil back over. And we're going to do, let's see, the wheel.
Buck says they're all him. Ha 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 ha.
What?
All 8. He's borrowing every computer in the household.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I just realized something. I bet you that we could this magnet, the magnet in these dishes is so strong that I bet you we could remagnetize my screwdrivers with it.
Nice.
Ooh, those are tight. Those are EMs?
Yes, it's asking for 4 EMs, and the bag says EM on it.
Oof. Those are very tight. Do we have any others?
Let's see. We've got
I don't like how tight those are.
FMs, but they look the same girth.
No, the FMs are bigger.
Yeah.
So.
And then we've got.
Let's grab the
APs.
FMs. Let's take a look. The FMs, are they the same thickness? The FMs are.
I think the FMs are girthier.
Let's see. Let's sort this out. They're longer.
Yeah.
Same girth, they're longer.
Okay.
So this is going to be shorter. This has to go. The metal's going to. No, we're on the right ones.
Yep.
The screws are right. Could have been paint I put in when I painted these, but we'll just work it in, back it out, work it in, back it out.
Give it the old out.
Yes, that one went in.
Nice.
That's fine.
He has a magnetic tool holder strip on the top of his desk. And
Oh,
all
nice.
of his screwdrivers are magnetic now. I use one of those to hold knives in the kitchen.
Yes.
Very nice for that.
I'm not used to being on camera, so I always move this to wherever I need it to be instead of trying to show everybody. So anyway, well, we put two EMs on this side all the way at the farthest holes, 2 EMs on this side all the way at the farthest holes. Basically, the screws go on each side of this cross bracket that's in plastic, part of the catwalk. Just put an EM, 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 EM.
Yeah.
Echo Mike. All right, let's take a picture. Oh, by the way, if you're putting this engine together, if you're also building this kit, don't worry about when I put the 2 halves of the columns together, you can get a gap, like, for example, this cylinder. I don't know if you want to show it in the close-up because it'll probably be easier with the black.
Yeah, here, hold on.
Let's wait for a second.
Ooh, there you go, close up.
So there's these seams up here in the top of the cylinders. You know, like I can put my fingernail on that one. These are going to get closed up. You can see the holes on top. We're going to get the cylinder heads, I think in issue 11 or so, that are one piece that will close these. They pinch this back together and go in each of these holes. So they're going to hold all this together. So don't worry about that being loose, because when you push these cylinders together, it is just a pin in a hole. There's no glue or nothing. So this will close up. So we're okay. We're still doing okay. All right. So I need to take a picture of that. Let me see if I can get it to stand up. Oh, hey, it's going to stand up. Sort of. Aha.
Nobody breathed.
Oh, you breathed. Why'd you breathe?
I don't know.
Don't bump the table. Don't move.
Got it.
Hold your breath. Stop your heart.
Don't fart.
All right, what's next?
Okay, next.
The base, right?
Yep, next we take the base, attach, or set that on there,
So,
and then that's attached with 6 AP. Oh, wait. The base is fixed in place with 4 FM screws, then 6 AP screws.
so I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick to call out the two differences here. Why the instructions are not correct, or at least I don't feel they are. I know a lot of people have put this together, so you know maybe it doesn't matter. But for me, basically looking at it with my eyeballs, it does matter.
Yeah.
And then this just pops right on there. Boop, just like that. All right, FM, you're up.
Deal. All right. Let me just bump the camera real quick. Make everyone a little bit motion sick.
So FMs and then APs, huh?
Yep.
FMs and the crossbars, APs and the rest.
FM's in the crossbars, so here.
Yep.
Make sure I'm doing it on camera. This screwdriver doesn't want to fit in the hole. I think this screwdriver.
Move the next one down.
Maybe. Yeah, I feel it rubbing against plastic. So.
I use the biggest screwdriver I can until it doesn't fit.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'll check the chat while we're at it.
All right. Oh, these are tight.
Right?
Oh, jeez. That feels funny.
Burger time. That mean Buck's gonna have dinner?
Oh, I want a burger.
I want a burger too. That sounds good.
It does sound good. We should get burgers.
Should I order burgers?
Yeah. I like this plan. That's a tasty burger. Yeah, it's like there's a. Yeah, it's interesting how I'm gonna not tighten them all the way yet, like you said.
Yeah, the instructions want us to. Buck was doing it with his Route Master. You do like the star pattern, like when you put the wheel on a car. We'll just start all the screws.
Yep.
Do all 4 of these FMs. Then we're gonna do 6 APs. Just get them started, not all the way tight, and then we'll go through and tighten them all down.
Deal.
And we'll make sure it still rotates. I don't know if you want to give it a counterclockwise turn there. Make sure it's still smooth. All right.
Smooth as ever.
We could do this all over again.
What?
We got to build the other engine.
What? This thing had 2 engines?
Yeah.
Why? That's excessive. Thanks, British people.
The British didn't build it.
Oh, who built it?
Ireland. Belfast.
Okay, thanks, UK. Were they part of the United Kingdom at that point?
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know either.
Somebody answer us. Was the
Yeah.
In 1912 or 1910 when this is getting built, was Ireland part of the UK back then?
Inquiring minds must
Yes.
know. Okay, so you want me to do the what
You
are
can
those?
do APs? Yep. I'll get them out for you.
I think it's that one again. That's a spare FM.
It's very interesting that the labels. This is the first time I've ever seen this, and I think it's actually smart. You know, this is one of the first kits that came with everything coming in cardboard boxes instead of plastic bags, which I think is very eco-friendly. But they also don't label the bags with stickers. They actually have printing that label. They usually normally have stickers. Every part work I've done to this point has always had stickers on the bags. But these are like little inkjet printers that printed AP on bags. So I think that's good.
Although you did used to use the label to label the slots in your.
Yeah, but I can use Scotch tape and a Sharpie for that.
That's true.
For my screw box.
Yeah, for your screw box.
That's okay. Less waste.
Less waste. Waste not, waste not.
I'm gonna steal one of these.
Yep, go for it. Is that the screw in the hole already? No.
So if you don't know that if a screw ends in P, it goes in plastic. It ends in M, it goes in metal. It's a common marking with a lot of these screw kits or a lot of the part works.
Donnie says yes, it was. I think that's to our Ireland
Oh, okay.
part of the UK.
Did somebody Google it? Donnie, did you Google it while we were sitting here streaming? Or did you just know?
So yeah, so it was the British then. Well, hold on. Now the next question is everyone in the United Kingdom British?
No.
Yeah, no. Well, I think
Well,
so.
wait a minute. 'Cause
English is from England.
see, I don't understand that because they have the UK, the British Isles,
Yeah,
England,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
England is not Ireland.
No, England is they're sort of it's the United Kingdom, so it's a bunch of different kingdoms.
And doesn't the Queen technically have authority over Canada and Australia too?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely on their money, so that means something.
It says Ireland has been part of the UK since late 1800s. Okay.
Okay, and we can call people from anywhere in the UK British.
Is that true?
I believe so.
Did it different from English?
Yeah, because if you're English, you're from England, which is one of the
Gotcha.
kingdoms within the United Kingdom.
Mm.
And that is your geography lesson for the day.
Right.
This is riveting content. Two.
I bet you that if Hobby Time's still on, he could probably answer that because he's over in the UK,
Oh,
I believe.
yeah. I wonder if he prefers.
It's like 3 a.m, but
Well, yeah, that's fine. I wonder if he prefers. Do you know what part of the UK?
I do not.
No. I wonder if he prefers being referred
British?
to by the kingdom or
Oh.
by, like, if we think British is for anyone in the UK.
Gotcha.
Okay, so they are all in there and they're all loose. So I'll do a star pattern now.
Yeah, just make sure it can still turn. Oh,
Counterclockwise.
I should have taken a picture of those FM screws first. That's okay. I can circle them.
There's a bit of a hitch, but that was there. Well, like right there, there's a bit of a something. What is that? Right there.
Oh, is that contacting it? Is that touching it right there?
Oh my goodness, I think it is.
Okay, so we have a contact part, so that's gonna get filed.
You can see it.
Let's pull it up on the close-up.
That. Oh yeah.
There is part of the crankshaft is hitting part of the engine base, and I'll show it up. We'll show it on the close-up.
All right. Close cam.
So this is the back of the engine, and right here, let me get my screwdriver. It'll probably be easier to show.
Yeah. Where?
It is making contact right there. So this,
Goes that
I
way.
need to go a little
Yeah,
more.
right there. There you go.
Right there, this lobe, this journal of the crankshaft is touching this plastic. Now this is plastic. This is part of the crankshaft or the the catwalk. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move I'm just going to file that down a little bit. This is plastic.
Perfect.
So I'm going to move that away.
File it.
I have a flat needle file. It's a very thin, flat needle file.
Yeah.
And we're just going to file that down. It won't be visible. So we're just going to get in there and just file that down. Give ourselves some clearance. So I want it to be as smooth running as possible. I can't imagine the motor that's going to be in this is going to be super, super strong. So I'm just going to file that down.
Okay. More clarification on our geography question.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
So Donnie's grandpa was from Ireland.
Okay.
Apparently, I think this is in response to can you call them all British?
Uh-oh.
I guess you can, except for Irish people,
What?
because
What do you call the Irish
unless
people?
you want to get your butt kicked, I think you can just call them Irish.
Well, I'm Irish.
Well, then you're not British. You're Irish.
I'm not. I'm Irish.
So, but that's it. It's its own island, right? Ireland is its own island.
Yes.
So that makes sense, right? They're sort of separate. But if you're like Scottish or Welsh or English, all of those people can be called British. All right.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know.
That is good to know.
I am 7/8 Irish.
Well, there you go.
I mean, my last name is McWilliams, so, and Todd is very Irish.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that short for anything?
Nope.
Todrick?
Yes.
I like it.
Still making just a tiny bit of contact. A little bit more.
Nice. Oh yeah, luckily that was plastic. So.
Yeah,
Right.
like my mom's name is Bonnie. My dad's name was Daryl.
Oh, Bonnie McWilliams. Yeah, that sounds
Bonnie.
like it. Yeah, Bonnie McWilliams. Yeah, that's a good Irish.
Daryl, though, that's a...
Daryl's a little less Irish.
No, it is Irish.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh man.
His father was Eugene. This is how people get away with my social engineering, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now they know your security questions.
That's right. Except I don't use those.
Yeah, take that, scammers. Is that some chrome?
What?
Or did you rub off? Like, what's that right there?
That's me where I've hit the paint.
Oh, okay.
I've hit
cool.
the paint.
It's invisible. I was just making sure we didn't have chrome on our
You're not
fingers
gonna. You're not. Any of the work I'm doing right now, you are not gonna see. I'm just trying to get just the right angle to kind of.
Buck says cut the whole tab off.
Well, it's too late now. It's inside there.
Yeah.
I'm still touching it. Just. Oh, now it's hitting someplace else. I gotta look.
Is it that guy right there? All the way on the end, the first one?
Nope. No, that one's clear. That's clear. That's clear. That's clear. That's clear. I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think we're okay. All right. So that's done. I am going to.
I didn't tighten any of the. I didn't do the star pattern yet because remember I was testing it for tightness. If you want to do the star pattern, go for it.
Well, I'm going to take a picture real quick.
Okay.
Of the screws, and then I'll take a picture of what we filed.
I'll get back to the chat. Which one? Whose Rascal Hobbies is?
That's Eric.
Eric. Eric has the comment of the day.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Which is Francisco is the builder. He should get paid. I should get paid exactly how much Todd gets paid to do this.
That's right. Oh my God!
That's not.
You do that because every time I pick up the camera, I knock it over.
All right.
No. This it'll stand upright. It's just every time I pick up the camera, I knock it over.
Okay.
That's nice and straight.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was a.
It's a thing.
Objective.
I try to make my pictures nice.
Yeah. Well. Okay. I don't disagree. Oh. It's like the. What is happening? What is happening? Oh. Sorry, it suddenly became impossible to balance on itself. Hold on. Okay, there. And now it's actually straight.
Don't move.
Don't touch anything.
And then.
I'm going to zoom in on the part.
Yeah.
Ah!
No, leave it like that. I'll just take it from an angle.
Okay.
Let me find the part that I shaved off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Buck saw that it was crooked too. Called me out.
Don't care.
No, it's good. But I fixed it. It's good. That was before.
Hey, look, it sits that way now.
Look at that.
All right, where were we?
We are. I think that was the end of.
So we did that.
Oh, you got to tighten them.
Put that. Oh yeah.
Star pattern.
Here, I'll do it so everybody thinks I do something around
Yeah,
here.
there you go. North. Or you're doing. There you go. Yeah, those ones that went into metal are fun.
Not too tight on the plastic ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have never had a screw break. I've never had a head snap off once I started using oil.
Yeah.
Ever since I used oil. I mean, on the DeLorean, I had head snap off. I had.
What did you
do
when the head
the
snapped
GTR
off?
was it the GTR, the DB5? I had a head snap off,
What did
and
you
then I
do in
started
that
using
case?
oil. I glued the head back on.
Oh, jeez.
The screw was in, and it was holding the parts together. The head just twisted right off, and so
Oh,
I just glued the head back on. For whatever reason, it was inside something you're never going to see. So
Yeah.
whatever.
That's intense.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we have our little engine.
Snug as a bug.
Yep, and it still rotates, nice and smooth. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a nice. Are we done with that?
Nope.
Nope. We're going on to the hull. So
Yep.
I'm going to take a picture of the engine real quick.
Go for it. Buck's sage advice.
Yes.
Is to tighten it until the plastic cracks.
I have done that too. You should see you know on the Enterprise when I pulled all the reflectors off after I decided to do the resin windows. When I pulled all the reflectors off, threw them in the alcohol to let them soak overnight, and then scrubbed all the paint off with a toothbrush, the silver paint, I realized how much I cranked down on those reflectors because they're all cracked.
Yeah.
They're all cracked and spider webbed, and they were definitely all messed up. And you don't need to do it. The plastic reflectors on the Enterprise are just meant to hold the windows in. That's all they do, and keep the LEDs from falling out. Now you guys want a close up? So we do another close up of the engine, since I find the engine incredibly fascinating.
I think it's very. I like intricate little things.
But we can let's see if I can get this in the center here.
Right there.
So.
Oh, that's so cool with the big wheel between the two ladders or stairs.
You look right down the.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good shot.
Right down the columns.
There.
Oh, you want to crank it?
Yeah. You can see all of the action.
Here, I'll do it from underneath.
There you go. That's way better.
You can see all the little cranks doing their things.
Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. And that would be 3 stories tall.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I think at full speed it was like 70 RPM. So we're going to be putting stuff. All the piping is still going to go along on this side. The supply piping. You know, there's still quite a bit to. Quite a bit to do, but it looks pretty good.
I think so.
I love that we did the real in red.
Yeah, it's
I like
a nice
it.
pop.
I saw somebody do a 3D render of this engine, and he used a red wheel, and I'm like, I'm going to do that because that looks beautiful. All right, so now all we're doing is putting a piece on the hull, which, where did that piece go?
Yeah, thanks everyone. It does. I agree. It does look great. Everyone's saying that it looks really cool.
Now, where'd that piece go?
Which piece?
This piece.
The one in your hand?
Yes.
It's right there.
I forgot we were on 7 already.
I know. Look at us.
Trucking right along.
I know. And that is going to be...
I think it's going along the top.
And
I think it's going to fit right about there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a peg on one of these. And the peg goes in that hole, and the other 3 are for screws. So let me take a picture of that real quick. I like to point that stuff out.
Here's your screws.
Okay. We'll just jam that peg in, line those up. And these are going into plastic? They are.
Yeah, it says plastic. The P screws.
So, just looks like it's creating a deck edge, probably for the forecastle. The forecastle.
What?
The forecastle.
Forecastle.
Yeah.
So 4 means front.
Yes.
And aft is rear.
Well, because you got to remember, if you think about the old pirate ship type galleons and things like that,
Okay.
at the rear they had it would kind of look like a castle.
Oh.
So you had a forecastle, and they probably had an aft castle, and this one just get called forecastle, and then somewhere along the way it got shortened to forecastle. So if you're ever watching Deadliest Catch, like a TV like Deadliest Catch, you'll hear them talk about the forecastle.
The forecastle. And that's just like
that's the forecastle.
Bastardized version of the word forecastle.
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 I think I looked it up online in an online dictionary that actually spells it out or will say it, but plays the audio of the sound, and they showed the description as Fooksul. Fooksul. Anyway, so there's that part. All we did was just add this ledge up here. This is most likely something that the forecastle is just going to sit on. Something
that already looks cool.
Something along the lines of ish something. I don't know. That's too far back. It's interesting the way that lines up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, or you know what this could be is for the white.
Oh, that's right. The white.
This guy that we're going to be putting on here in the next issue, right? This guy's got to go on here one way or another. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we put that on. Let me take some pictures.
Do it. FOC apostrophe SLE, according to Buck. Foxel. Okay, yeah.
He was in the Air Force. What does he know?
They have boats in the Air Force, probably. I don't know.
Do they?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. Well, that is just. This is not a good connection. I don't like this.
How loose that is?
Yeah. Well,
Why
first
is
of all,
it that
the screws go into plastic and they're cranked in, but I believe, and they're cranked in as far as they'll go. And I don't like how loose that is. Like, it doesn't even seem like those screws grabbed onto anything. Something doesn't seem right.
So, did you put it in the wrong thing?
Well, it's your fault.
What?
Because you didn't give me the right instructions. These screws go in from the outside. Excellent.
How? They go in from the outside.
Yeah, you know what? You're supposed to be helping
It's
me.
right here. Look.
You're not helping
I'm
me.
going to show everyone on the stream.
If you're not helping me, you're hindering me.
It's right there. They go in from the outside.
Yeah, that's not going to make the cut. All right, so I'll take a picture of that again.
Hey, at least they're threaded now.
They are threaded. I'm like, why is it going through the plastic? If it's loose, something's wrong. All right.
Okay. There's a bunch of holes there, so make sure you stick them in the right one. There you go.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah.
Models are free. The comedy is free.
Yeah, it's great. We got a laugh out of Donnie, so that's good. I'll take that as a
Donnie,
win.
it's easy to make Donnie laugh, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Hey, these are tight now.
And it doesn't just jiggle around.
Yeah. That's much better.
Good.
That was entertaining. It's not the first time I've ever done it, and it's not the last time I ever do it. All right. Now I think we're done. So we can take a picture.
They really want you to put the nameplate back.
What?
It's in there again.
Well, here's what I'll do. We will just loosely put it on there because I'm not pushing it in.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there you go. Someone attached a part backward last night, too. Oh.
Who would have done that?
I don't know. Who was streaming last night? Actually, I don't know.
Buck.
Oh, Buck was streaming. Okay, cool. And Buck's building the double decker, right? Yeah.
Yes, he was working on his bus.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, that is the end of the issue. Issue 7 is over. Take your final beauty shots.
I will take my final end of the road shot here.
Kind of want a picture or Instagram. Thanks.
All right. I think we're done with the engine for this issue.
Or no,
So-
issue, sure.
I mean, for this
for
this
set
shipment.
of- yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna pop this back out.
Good. Back in the
And
screw
I'm gonna
case.
put it immediately.
Do you want to put screws away too for a second, real quick?
Let's
we
do
can wait
that at
till
the
after the stream.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Got it.
And people don't need to watch me sort out screws.
I don't know. Be riveting content. Now that you're a professional YouTuber.
Right. Okay.
Issue 8.
Issue 8. Blah blah blah. Titanic's a boat. Okay.
This is with the stuff.
Ah, yes,
Things.
the forecastle,
Yes.
the Fuchsel.
Fuchsel. Fuxel.
So bring back the Fuxel. I'll say forecastle.
Should we put? I don't know that we ever got a good zoom in of the forecast.
I took a picture and put it out there.
Oh, okay, good. So as long as people, because like some of that detail in there is beautiful.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the close-up when we're done.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Okay. Oh yeah. Once we've added the parts. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So the first thing we need to do is add the anchor winches.
Which are
They're 8C in the magazine, and they were originally silver, but I painted them green.
Yep.
So all my little parts are in this little cup here. So I'm gonna grab my tweezers. Now I don't put these parts. I'm pretty sure that Model Mods is going to come out with newer ones that are a little more accurate. That have there's normally a big, huge hand wheel on the top of these, and it's not there. So I'm just going to gently push these in, and they go right here. And no glue needed. These are holding themselves in just fine.
they're not keyed or anything, right?
They are, and if you want to pull up the camera, I will show you. They have hexagonal bases. Hexagonal? Hexagonal? Hexagonal.
Fuxel.
I can't talk when I'm under pressure.
Yeah, hexagonal fuxels.
Yes.
All right, you're on Zoom now.
So we'll get in here nice and close. See if I can get it to zoom.
There you go.
Is that good?
Yep, that's what.
So the bases of these anchor winches have stop sign shaped octagonal. Octagonal shape. That octagonal shape matches, which I also painted, the anchor chain guides and the base for the anchor winches. Which can you pop that off there?
From there,
yeah,
kind of break apart.
Which is this guy here, which I also painted in my sick green with a satin finish.
Nice.
So when this goes in, it fits over those bases, and if they don't line up, it won't work. So it looks like this. Now the instructions have you glue the front of these down. I'm not going to do that yet because I still think that we're going to get 3D printed parts that are going to look really nice. But you would normally put some glue underneath these long strips, and on the ends, line them up with the holes, the anchor holes there at the end. And it basically would look like that. So I'm going to take pictures.
Yep.
Pop that back off.
Cool. All right. Switch it back to main camera. I know that deck is, just not to scale or whatever. It's not accurate, blah, blah, blah. It still looks.
I think it looks
so
great.
Cool. Every time
I
look at that thing, I'm like, oh man, that is cool.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially as we keep adding more and more detail to it, it comes to life.
Yeah, like I think we actually get real chain. So there'll be little black chains that go along the anchor guides. Now these anchor guides were normally
like a trough.
They were like a trough, yeah. They were the anchor chains would go down, the main anchor chains.
Yeah.
They would wrap around these winches, and they went down into a chain storage that was like 5 decks below this, filled a huge section of the deck.
Wow.
Anchor chain. So anyway, that's that. Make sure I got a picture of it.
Okay.
And then we're supposed to screw this in with a CP screw from underneath.
There we go. Just one?
I can do that. We'll go ahead and do that.
Yep. One screw in.
Yep.
Oh, the staple's still in there. Get out of the way, staple. There you go. There's your one screw.
So this is a CP screw.
Yeah.
So that just goes right here, just to hold this, keep this anchor guide from going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, no, just like every other time you tighten a screw in the plastic, a lot of times it'll rotate the part. So I'm just gonna unscrew it that far.
Nice.
Take a picture of that.
Yep.
Okay. Done. Now, I think we're going to put in some cleats.
Yes, 2 cleats.
I also painted these cleats with, I think it's dark gray blue, which I already did for the other bollards. So I just painted the top. I just brushed these. I didn't airbrush them. I just hand brushed them. That is this. It's a dark gray blue, 71054. It's what I used for the bollards or bits. What I also used for the windlasses on the winches. What I will use when we get the new anchor from Chloe at Model Mods. Right now, this is just the stock kedge anchor. And then the combing around the combing that around the front 3 walls of the forward hatch.
Zoom cam clip.
Yeah, we can if you want. People like watching.
Yeah.
I can get in there.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're on the deck, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. So the forward 3 walls of this also have that dark gray background here, black, but not the back, because from the back is white. It's maybe not. Maybe you can see it. It's white. I did the back of this is white because this would have been the passenger's point of view, and so they would made it nice. But the front of this was where people worked, and it wasn't even designed for passengers. So the Titanic was wrong. They never would have let them up on the bow and stand up here. So we're going to put these bits in. These bits, the pegs look exactly the same on either side. Now, these, let's see how loose they are. And let's see if they fit one way better than the other. They seem not to matter.
Back to main cam.
Now, since I've already painted these, I can put these all the way in. I'm not worried about taking them back out unless, well, she might come out with something different, but I'll put them most of the way in. That way we can get them out. Cool. Okay. That's that. So that's the 2 bits on either side, or cleats, I should say. They probably were more along the lines of rope rollers,
Okay.
like a fair lead.
Okay.
So I will take a picture.
All about boats.
Yes.
I like it. I don't know anything about boats. Computer, tell us a random Titanic fact.
Oh, here we go. What? What? Computer, stop.
Yeah, computer, stop.
Oh my God.
I don't know what that was.
That was.
Do not ask your.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't ask your robot assistant.
It basically was saying witchcraft.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know
so
what that has to do with Titanic.
we put the 2 cleats in, and now we're gonna put in the, what are they calling them? Valves for winches, which is a terrible description.
Yeah.
They're two little boxes. They fit behind these. Maybe go back on the close up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you a little bit here. We're gonna do a little lesson. These were 4 brass wheels. We'll get a nice. You want a cool like depth shot?
Yeah, actually, and it's focusing on roughly the right spot.
Cool. These 4 brass wheels controlled the capstans. So the 4 capstans were controlled by these 4 brass wheels. In between these were other wheels that were little that controlled the 2 main anchor winches. That's what we're adding now. But these little boxes they gave us, this thing, whatever this is, doesn't even have a wheel on top, but I painted them green because that's what they should be. So I think. So we're going to put those in. I'm definitely going to need tweezers to put these in. And I will show real quick again on the close-up camera. Let's see if I can get it to show. The pin on this is offset on this box. It's not in the center, it's offset. And from what I understand is the wheels would have been farther apart than closer together of these two valves.
Oh.
So I'm going to put the pins
on the outside.
So I'll put a pin on this side. Oh my God, this camera's hard when you're doing it. This side and one on the outside. So closer to the edges of the ship.
Correct.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, cool.
We'll push this guy in. And you know what? I would imagine. Oh, by the way, when I painted these, I also gave these guys a clear coat.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Did you do the same map or which one did you do?
These got, I want to say I did all of these in matte, yes.
Okay. I think it's so silly that they have you install it now when there's like
No, it should have been done before the wheels went in.
Yeah, because I don't know how you're supposed to push that down.
Very, very carefully.
Like a porcupine putting on a tie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one. So we're going to see if I can even do this. Give it a little wiggle.
Does that work?
And for the most part.
Okay.
I'm going to use my soft nose.
I guess if it's an unpainted part, stock, you can be like super rough with it.
Yes.
Because you're not going to scrape any paint off. But.
Yeah, I'm not going to put that all the way in because I have a feeling we're going to get new parts for that.
Cool.
So, but I will put the other one in, so we have them both. And that one goes in here.
Check the comments. I'm looking along.
Okay.
Donnie says, so now we know what sunk the Titanic. It was witchcraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to Alexa.
Alexa says witchcraft, so.
Yeah. And we got him to laugh again. I like this. I like this Donnie fellow.
Donnie's fun.
Yeah.
I like Donnie.
I like when people laugh at our terrible jokes and misfortune.
Yes.
It's a good trait.
Well, lest I let anybody think that when I put models together, I'm some kind of professional.
Yeah.
Like I can make it, I put all my mistakes and stuff, I'll put them up on the website, except for screwing that in from the wrong side. That's not.
Yeah, that one's not making the cut.
No. But I try to say, hey, here's where I screwed up.
Yeah. I think, especially for people like me that, I don't know, like I'm just sort of entering this hobby on a periphery, it makes it a lot less intimidating, knowing that people that have been doing it for a while also occasionally, like, you know, have issues. So it's always less intimidating for me after I've seen you know, like even with the airbrush, right? I was learning how to airbrush, and you're really good at it. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. So it's, I think to grow the hobby more, it's important to let people know, like, you don't have to be perfect.
All right, so that's it for the Folksel.
Yep.
You want to? We can pull it up. I can show you what we've done.
Yeah, let's do zoom cam.
We only have one more part to add,
That's it.
so and then we're done.
And there you go.
So let's see if I can get in there.
That's really cool.
So we added these two little green boxes that would be the winches to control the main anchor.
Which we also added. Or the anchor. Is that an anchor guide? What would you call that?
Yeah, it's a chain guide.
Chain guide.
Chain guides.
Yeah.
So get really in there. Will it focus up?
It is focusing. Wow. All right. Zoom cam for the win.
Yeah. So that's my Folksel coming at you.
It's not a Star Destroyer.
Why not? All right. All right. For the last part, and let me take a picture of
Oh,
this
we finally got a fun Titanic fact.
Okay. Let's have it.
From Titanic fun fact. People died on the Titanic before it set out. That's a fun fact. Do we know who or why?
Did they just throw them in the freezer?
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe. Rascal is Eric?
Yes.
Okay. That's Eric's fact. Thank you, Eric.
All right. So then we're going to take the left side of the bow, port side, and we're going to add this piece.
And is that plastic or metal?
This is metal.
Nice.
This is metal. And this fits over those parts just like so.
Oh, cool. It's starting to look like the Titanic.
No.
And you need BP screws. Let me get on that for you.
So we will make sure all the little tabs are recessed correctly.
2 BPs.
Can you load me up?
Yes, I can. I got you, bud. There you go.
I'm just going to get this one started. Thank you,
There you
sir.
go. During the 26-month construction of Titanic at Harland and Wolff Shipyard in Belfast, 28 serious accidents and 218 minor accidents were recorded. 8 workers were killed. Okay, so maybe witchcraft.
So maybe it was witchcraft.
Yeah, it was cursed. No, I wonder how that compares to the typical ship being built at the time.
No deaths.
You think typically ships got built with no deaths? I don't know.
Nowadays?
Well, no, at the time. At the time.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is I'm gonna seal up this gap as best as possible. I'm squeezing the panel together. Then I will screw this down. Since this part is plastic, that's gonna basically act as the wing holding this on.
Okay.
I don't think this is gonna make much difference.
Okay.
Sorry, I've taken it off camera. I'm putting it on my leg so I can put some force on it.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
So that'll grab, that's the front. And then the back, I'll do the same thing. We'll just give it a nice little squeeze. And screw the back down. And there we go. So the shear line, which is the yellow stripe that would normally be right here between these two, there's a lot of discussion whether that's where it is. Why is it missing? From basically looking at the pictures of the prototype, that this is going to be a yellow sticker, some kind of decal that's going to run along this edge here between the white and the black. So it's one big piece going all the way to the back of the ship. So it'll hopefully be cleaner. My worry about decal is that it's going to fall off over time, but we could always just paint this. I think the fitted yellow that I was going to use for the engines would be a perfect color for the shear line, the gold yellow shear line that goes right here.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it yet. So
Buck is asking that now that we've attached that, if you can hold the nameplate on where it's supposed to go again. I think he's still talking about that accuracy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So that's going to go right there.
There you go, Buck. Yeah, now it's in focus. Oh, no, you almost had it. You had it for a second.
I did.
Yeah, it clicked in.
There it
goes.
It was trying?
Yeah, it's trying. All right.
Anyway. So an interesting thing, too, is that how these two pieces are going to go together. We wanted to show the whole...
Ooh, yeah.
The whole bow.
Whole bow.
Yes.
Sounds like a food. 2 whole bows, please.
So basically, that's going to be our bow.
You want to do zoom cam for that one?
Something like that. Yeah, you can if you want. See if I can do it. There's going to be metal pins that act as spacers to keep these spaced apart like they're supposed to keep the correct shape, but we can kind of wing it right now. I can wing it. You can see what the front of the ship looks like.
Oh, I love that red detail.
Oh, the little hosepipe pink?
Yeah, it's a hosepipe pink.
In here?
Yeah, it just adds like life to it. It makes it, I don't know. I don't want to say realism because that's not, I guess so.
I'm trying to hold these parts together.
Yeah.
Since we're not screwing them together yet, but
oh, that's so cool.
it's our bow.
There she is.
And then since we have, why not?
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at us.
So then you could, it's not perfect, but it's going to sit right, there's holes, so the front of the ship's basically going to look like that. Still got railings to put on, which I'm sure are going to be photo etch.
Yeah.
Still have all the, there's still a bunch of details going around here. There's winches and there's cranes. There's a crane for the
Oh, nice.
the bow anchor. There's a crane that goes here. There's a flagpole that goes here. The front mast goes here. We still have a lot more to do, but it looks all right.
Pretty good.
Not too bad. Get started. So, all right then.
That's the whole thing.
So let me take pictures of these steps.
Yep.
We're gonna pull that back off. Just did that for Buck. Let me take pictures of this.
Said the positioning is not that bad. So it's a little. It should be a little bit back from where it should be, but it's not bad. Good. That's cool. Good to know. And then this is just like, here you go. Here's a piece.
So that's the bow support.
Okay.
So what this is going to be is basically once the ship is put together.
Oh.
This is going to be a part of the stand.
I see.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just part of the stand.
Cool. All right.
Or at least a temporary part of the stand.
Yeah.
Just to hold it and scrape off all my nice paint.
Yes. I was gonna say, maybe do you have like sticky felt tape? Like maybe felt it.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Cool.
So anyway.
All right.
That's it. That was the end of stage 8. I will take a picture of this.
Yeah.
Along with this.
Yep.
And we didn't work on the engine, so we'll do that. And clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
Do we have anything left?
No.
That's everything.
That's everything.
That was 5 through 8.
Yeah.
You guys watch it? Would you guys want to watch? You asked me here. We'll throw the engine in here. You asked me to I'll turn it down so you can see it. Somebody asked me to do this as a stream instead of just putting them together, so I'll do that so you can take a picture with your phone.
Yeah.
Should I put the nameplate in?
Sure.
There you go. So it says Titanic.
Thank you.
I'll take a picture too and throw it up on the Facebook of this all completed together.
Perfect.
I think it's looking good. I really do.
It is.
I know it's not perfect.
Neither was the real one.
And then I'll shoot one with my phone too, just for fun.
Yeah. Like I said, he's glad you streamed.
You're glad you're well. Thanks, Eric. You got to watch. I got to build. I can't complain. I'm hoping to hear back from Fan Home. You know, maybe do the kit.
Which kit?
Knight Rider.
Oh, kit, like KITT?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
ooh.
Yes.
Metal or most
Metal. No,
Oh, wow.
about the same size as the DeLorean, I think.
I bet that one's going to have some fun mods.
People are already on it.
Yeah.
People have already put TVs inside of it.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
like little TVs in the dash. So,
Perfect. Yeah, technology's crazy now. You can get like tiny little screens easily. Buck says, very glad you streamed. It was a great stream. And then he posted a pic on Discord. Cool. Good.
okay. Excellent.
Oh, any general feedback on the Zoom cam and whether that was worth it or not, so we know if we should try and do it again.
Yeah, was it worth setting up the camera that I normally use for work teleconferencing?
Yeah. Like if it was worth it, we'll definitely do it again.
Let's put the engine down here in the center.
Yeah. Zoom cam was great. Okay,
Oh, okay.
good. Yeah. It's nice because it just feels like it's easier to focus there.
Well, it's not just that, but I notice when I'm working and like when we're doing our live streams and stuff, with one camera it's trying to show so much that when you're working on something, it's like this. You know,
yeah. You're working.
nobody can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing something like this. You're pushing two things together or something like that. And when I think you lose all of the detail of something like, you know, seeing the engine move. You know, I can do this, but it never stays in focus.
Yeah.
You know.
Meanwhile, if you do this,
Oh,
it's much more dramatic.
yeah. That and it actually focuses. You know, so I love this engine, by the way.
That's so
I'm just-
good.
I'm loving the engine. I'm excited to see what other kind of colors I can throw on it.
It's smoothing out, like whatever little rough spot was there is going away.
Well, I put little drops of oil on there too. So.
Oh yeah. Did you put that in your instructions about the oil?
Because I did it from the inside. Really, you could have put oil on every one of these junctions,
That's true.
right? You could have put it here and here, everywhere it's rotating.
Yeah.
But I think it'll loosen up as it goes.
Yeah.
And then I can't wait to get the rest of the parts for this. We still have a lot coming. There's still fair lead rollers that are going to go along the edge. We still have the railing that goes along the edge. We still have the mast. There's a, I think it's like a steam pipe distribution trunk venue. I'm using that from West Wing.
Nice.
Anyway, there's a Y-shaped piece that goes between, that goes basically between this and these two winches, between this winch, and if there's a Y shape, that would have been on here. It looks like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little tiny hole right there, and I'm super curious. There was a stovepipe that came up the backside of the mast that came out right here. There's a stovepipe for a kitchen or a fireplace or something that was under here. So I'm really curious if that's what this little tiny ass hole that's in there is. And then this would be the front for that Y-shaped fitting. I'm sure that's the front hole for it.
Nice.
There would normally be a hatch right here. There would normally be a metal hatch. That's not there. That's okay. You know, there would be compensators and throttle brakes and all sorts of stuff that would normally be on these chain guides too, but they're not there. And that's okay. I think we'll get somebody to 3D print that. But the bollards look great. You know, I think the model bollards look fantastic. I think the hatch looks amazing.
And that thing.
The wheels, the crew. This is the crew galley skylight. This is this part here, which is also from the Model Mods kit. I think it looks amazing. I think we're good. I think that it's coming along. I think it's gonna be nice. And oh, you asked how much it was. The Model Mods kit for all these parts is $20. I looked online. I think she sold out of the first batch, but it's $20. The next one I think she's working on is the winches, the kedge anchor. I think she's working on the anchor chains. She's gonna have her hands full, that's for sure. So that's my deck. All right, well that's it. Unless anybody else has anything, was there any new comments before we sign off?
Just everybody really liked the zoom cam. Work does not need a cam. Yeah. And zoom cam is good. Cool. Then we will definitely do that again.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody coming by.
Yeah.
It was nice, but now I'm in the burger mood, so I think it's time to have some burgers.
Yeah, it's burger time.
So that's going to be it for me. And say bye, Francisco.
Bye, Francisco.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you.